Imagine a girl named Riley, but instead of focusing on her, we're going deep inside her mind to the control center where all her emotions live. When Riley was born, the very first emotion to pop up was joy or happiness, as you called her. She was in charge right away, but almost instantly, her opposite, sadness, appeared too. As Riley got older and started seeing the world, her mind developed a whole crew. There was anger, fear or terror, and a whole world of memories. Each emotion had a role. Fear was the one who kept her from making mistakes or doing something wrong. Anger was there for when she really disliked something and needed to express it. And joy. She was determined to keep Riley happy no matter what. Riley's memories didn't just sit there. They built these amazing little mental worlds, like core memories, which shaped her personality. These were things she loved doing every day, like her world of family, her world of friends, and her world of playing. This memory system also helped lock in her long-term memory, making sure she'd remember these important things as she grew up. Now, the story starts with a huge change. Riley and her family were moving. They had left their old home, and the move was stressful. Inside her mind, the emotions were totally lost, unable to figure out how to help Riley cope with all the upheaval. But eventually, Joy, the leader, stepped up. She figured out a plan to make Riley happy. Even though the new house was messy and full of problems, Joy dove into the world of memories and brought out some happy playing memories. By getting Riley to play, she distracted the whole family and their attention shifted away from the sadness of the situation. Later that day, Riley's dad had to leave for some reason, and the familiar feeling of sadness started to creep in. But Joy wouldn't have it. She quickly reminded Riley of the happy memory of pizza, which cheered her up instantly. Joy had one rule: she would never let Riley be sad, and she certainly wouldn't let sadness touch any of her memories because she believed sadness's touch would just make everything depressing. That night, Riley's mom praised her for being so well-behaved all day. Riley then drifted off to sleep. The memory train in her mind came to a halt, and her dreams started up. The next morning, thanks to Joy's constant supervision, Riley's day started out great. She was settling in at her new school. But then, a terrible mistake happened. Sadness accidentally touched a core memory. Immediately, Riley remembered her old school and her old house, and she completely broke down and started to cry. Back at the headquarters, Joy was furious and scolded Sadness intensely. Joy tried to go and fix the memory, heading into a tube that led to the memory storage. But as she went down the tube, Sadness was pulled in with her. Suddenly, both Joy and Sadness were launched from the main control center and landed in a distant part of Riley's mind, where all the unforgettable memories were stored. With Joy and Sadness gone, the control panel was only being managed by anger and fear. Because of this, Riley spent the entire day feeling angry and afraid. When she got home, her dad saw her behavior and firmly rebuked her. Riley, in her anger, stormed off to her room. When her dad tried to persuade her to talk, she refused. This caused a huge blow to her mental worlds. A core memory broke. It was the wonderful memory of her and her dad acting like monkeys and engaging in playful mischief. Then, her friend called, only to inform her that a new girl had taken her spot on the team. That was too much. The world of friendship memory in her mind completely shattered. Joy was absolutely heartbroken and desperately wanted to get back to the main office, but she had no idea how to find the way. Then, she stumbled upon Riley's imaginary friend, Bing Bong. He was glum because Riley hadn't played with him in ages. Joy shared her plight, and Bing Bong, wanting to help, offered to guide her. Their goal was to reach the train of thought, which could carry them back to the headquarters. They made it to the station, but they were too late. The train had already left. Bing Bong, looking around, was devastated to see that the parts of Riley's mind where he and she used to play were starting to break and fade. Joy tried everything to cheer him up, but it was useless. Then, Sadness walked over. She simply sat with Bing Bong, listened to his problems, and let him talk about his sadness. And just like that, Bing Bong's mood lifted. Joy was absolutely shocked. She had always thought Sadness was useless, but she had managed to comfort Bing Bong perfectly. While reflecting on this new discovery, they found the train of thought had returned. They climbed aboard, overjoyed that they would finally reach their destination soon. But because it was Riley's bedtime, the train stopped and her dream started. Joy and Sadness were stuck. They realized they had to wake Riley up to get the train moving again. They decided to use the Joker in her dream to scare her awake. It worked. As Riley woke up, the train started again. However, the emotion now in charge was anger. Riley was furious about being woken up early. Anger told her that nothing good was happening in this new city and that she should just run away and go back to her old home. Riley agreed, immediately packed her bags, and even stole her mom's credit card to buy a bus ticket. Stealing the card caused a catastrophic event in her mind, the bridge of honesty. The very bridge the train of thought passes over, which gives her thoughts confidence and makes everything feel right shattered. The train immediately stopped, and joy, sadness, and Bing Bong fell off. Bing Bong tumbled all the way down into the stairs of forgotten memories. Joy saw a tube she thought might take her to the main office, but it broke, and she fell too. Only sadness was left on the stable ground above. Joy found a discouraged Bing Bong below, but he gave her a glimmer of hope to return. As Joy looked on, she saw Riley on the bus, ignoring her family's calls. In that moment, Joy decided she needed to finally take Sadness's help. Using Bing Bong's rocket, they started to ascend. But Bing Bong realized he was too heavy, and in a truly selfless act, he let go, falling back down so Joy and Sadness could continue. Joy and Sadness finally reached the headquarters, but they faced a new problem. The glass to the office wouldn't break. Inside, the other emotions were relieved to see Joy, knowing she would fix all their problems. The world of memories quickly encouraged Anger to break the glass. Using the fire that emerges from his head, Anger burned and cut a hole in the glass. They rushed inside, and to everyone's surprise, Joy put Sadness in charge. Sadness immediately wiped away all the "run away" thoughts Anger had put into Riley's mind. She made Riley sad by reminding her of all the good things about her family. This action worked. Riley stopped the bus, realizing her huge mistake. When she got home, she collapsed into her parents' arms crying and told them she missed everything: her old house, her school, and her friends. Her parents realized this wasn't Riley being a brat. She had grown up, and now she was capable of feeling all these complex emotions more deeply. The film ends on a beautiful note. It wasn't just Joy controlling everything anymore. With time, all the emotions learned to work together, side by side. The memories that broke were just her childish core memories, which had to break as she matured. New worlds were built in her mind, reflecting her new interests, like the world of fashion, the world of music, and a more complex world of friends. Riley had grown up, and so had her emotions.